An expert in the US who studied women's infidelity stated that relationships and female infidelity follows a fixed pattern, a gradual step-by-step process where women's feelings change and she starts losing sexual desire for her man. These stages are normally crystal clear, and a woman can easily identify where she is in the journey and what the risk of infidelity is in the relationship. As men, we also need to know about the various stages so we can recognize them and make the necessary preparations as things decline. Here's how it normally starts. In stage 1, she will normally start feeling that something is missing in her life. She may have everything she wanted, a home, family, and a great husband, but for some reason they feel they should be happier. The novelty of the relationship has started to fade. Many women in this stage begin to lose interest and start avoiding physical contact with their husbands. They may complain of headaches or other ailments like having a bad stomach to avoid having sex. She may also avoid going to bed at the same time. Though some women don't like sex to begin with, this is normally an early red flag. They start to view sex as a chore rather than something they want to do. This is the beginning of the end of the honeymoon period. For some reason, this often happens around the 3-year mark of a relationship. It's normally where mundane, day-to-day life seems to get in the way of what used to be easy to find time for. This is, of course, human nature. The spark fades as the excitement and novelty disappears. Everyone will normally state that this is part of life and is completely normal. The difference is that women feel this much more than men. Men like comfort and regular sex, so they are normally completely unaware of the impending danger ahead. At this stage, most women aren't even sure why they feel the way they do, nor do they feel it's their fault or something that they need to address. That's where stage 2 kicks in. Her spark is reawakened by an external factor, often a platonic male relationship or attention from a complete stranger. This sudden attraction and desire is something she has not felt in a long time. The attention and validation from another man is what was missing. It's not that she isn't necessarily getting it from her partner, it's that it's new and novel when it's from outside of the relationship, and she wants more. She's starting to seek out more external validation, however innocently. This is the fuel she now uses to keep a relationship going. She may fantasize more about these men during sex, rather than being in the moment with her partner. But at some point, the flirting and validation steps into a physical encounter. Often a one-time thing, perhaps even just a kiss. She may see this as a slip, realizing what she has and could lose, making her double down on her relationship. But the memory of the encounter stays with her. It may have been the last time she truly felt strong sexual desire. These memories may haunt her, making her feel guilty. This might translate into her overcompensating in the relationship and suddenly becoming overly nice, having you wonder what you did to generate the change in her behavior. She may readily talk about other people or friends cheating, condemning their actions in an attempt to distance herself from her own actions as well, all while feeling like a hypocrite. But deep down, she wants to feel that desire and excitement again. Relationships are, after all, a contradiction, especially for women. They need novelty and excitement to feel true desire and passion, unlike men who are content with just the physical act. But they also crave the safety and security of long-term relationships. They don't want to be single and may truly love their husband. But stability is the killer of novelty and excitement. Rarely, if at all, do they work in harmony. The fear and risk of social stigma is what stops many women from acting on these feelings. But many women these days want both the novelty and the stability of a long-term relationship. And as sex and attention are readily available to women, they know they always have options. These feelings make them feel guilty and even a little resentful, so their mindset slowly shifts to justification. The overcompensation you may have felt in the relationship now gives way. Her emotional response is to try to find reasons to cheat, to find fault and make the blame somehow the man's. She may tell herself that her needs are not being met, and this is why she lost interest. She may start being negative in the relationship and nag more. She may become sarcastic and even passive-aggressive. This justification often leads to a new affair, which takes us to stage 3. As women pair bond with men they have sex with, if you add that to high levels of excitement and novelty, her feelings for this new man will often be intense. It's like the top has been lifted off a pressure cooker. For that reason, these women may believe they are in love and that it's unlike anything they have felt before. She may know what she is doing is wrong and unfair to her husband, but she can't stop. They may continuously try to stop, but like an addict, they keep coming back for more. The old relationship just cannot compete with the excitement and novelty of the new one. This could continue for many years, especially if there are children involved. By now, she is fully addicted to the endorphins and feelings it gives her. Her guilt will have her feeling sorry for her husband as he launches attempts to reignite the relationship, also knowing that something is now wrong. But little does he know that this is most likely futile. She may even suggest having more space between them for some alone time so they can breathe, hoping that she will come to a decision or perhaps finally get this out of her system. Most men in this situation are completely unaware and have no suspicion, often mainly due to the fact that she shows no interest in sex, so he assumes it's something else. Women who have affairs often want the safety of relationships and really don't want to be alone. She won't make a decision to stay or leave until she has a replacement set up, perhaps seeing it as a fresh start, thinking that things will somehow be different next time and that her husband was the wrong person for her. Stage 4 is where a decision is made. Some women may continue their affair in the belief that it improves the sex in their marriage, but many choose divorce. Those women who chose divorce and moved on with their new relationship often stated that they felt a sense of relief that it was now over and that they could live a normal life again without the deception, like it was somehow just a blip in the road and they had no choice in the matter, claiming the guy she left her husband for was her real soulmate, believing it was unavoidable and a one-time thing that will never happen again. But a few years into the new relationship, the cycle starts to repeat itself. The novelty has faded and justification starts all over again. Some of the people around her will believe the tricks and justifications, supporting her in her actions. New data suggests that modern women may be even more likely to cheat than men in a marriage. This is due to the fact women need the rush of new experiences and novelty in the bedroom, as they easily get bored. It's why it's often falsely believed that women have lower sex drive than men. But this isn't always the case. They just seek change and mental stimulation. So the justification process begins again as they look for external gratification and keep moving the lines of what's acceptable. When the truth does finally come out, it will normally somehow be your fault as the man, with her accepting only a small part, if any, of the responsibility. Though of course not all women cheat, they do all get bored at some point. And with the risk getting higher and higher of infidelity these days, it's yet another reason why men shouldn't get married anymore. Men should start seeing relationships like an investment. You want to minimize the downside. Don't spend money on an expensive wedding or sign any contracts that tie you into a bad deal. It's bad enough being cheated on, but losing half of everything after the fact is crushing, and is something many men never fully recover from. If you actually think about it, being married actually incentivizes women to cheat. They get paid even if they get caught. But if they aren't married, then they potentially risk everything. So if she comes to you at stage 1, saying she's unhappy, by all means take steps to improve things and bring novelty back into the relationship. But start preparing yourself for the worst. Get advice and protect your downside. With that said, make sure to subscribe for more masculine insight. Thanks for watching, and until next time.